Hello and welcome back to another TCG Live pack opening. Today we have 8 white flare packs. First off, we have the Cottony floating above the river in the forest, slightly turning themselves to splash into the water below. The Yam Hask coming up on something quite amazing as they look up at it. Trubbish hanging amongst his very similarly shaped trash bag companions. Gotharita walking through the blooming meadow at night. Sigalith flying over the dunes. Watchhog in the very words. You know, maybe this is just a reprint. Who knows? Because I said last time that I had seen lore like that, but I wasn't sure if it was a Watchhog. But maybe it's just a reprint from one of the earlier sets, and that's how I've seen it. But anyways, Watchhog standing on the brick like grass. Simisear hanging from the tree in the jungle. That might have been our first reverse, because Duat is definitely one, as he trains amongst all the waterfalls. And nope, he was our first. Gigalith on the cliff's edge, looking out over the lands. And our rare of the pack, Gothitelle, once again with that purplish smoke. I really I need to know. I need to know what's up with this smoke and what its purpose is. Ooh, starting off with a nice Hollow Energy. A grass this time. We love to see them evergreen cards. Cottony once again floating over the river and tilting themselves to splash in the water. The thick-lined Scrafty walking down the street. Basculin, the red version. I'll put on the screen what the difference is between the red and the blue right quick. I think it's just location, kind of like the Shellos thing. Liepard walking out of the city. Harlequin Trainer. Energy Retrieval Trainer. For our first reverse, I believe, we have a Tornadus preparing to launch a hurricane attack. Second is the Pansear hanging onto the tree branch. And our rare is the beautiful Chandelier, as they float in front of the windows and just below the chandelier. Chandelier in front of the chandelier, so perfect. Once again, Gotharita walking through the blooming meadow at night. Vanillite floating through the snowy mountains as the snow runoff rushes through. Litwick amongst all the candles. Man, they're just putting... We're just gonna see Lampet next to a lamp next. Volby walking through the wastelands. Mean Xiao training in the mountains at sunrise. A Hilda Trainer in... Shit. Hopefully this won't bite me in the ass. My computer's back to being funky again. It's a Hilda Trainer in Castelia City. A Vanillux with quite a bit of steam coming off of them. Apparently these guys just like evaporate whenever it gets too hot, and then they'll just form back together when it's cool enough again. Which is a very interesting thing. I guess they exist in every molecule of themselves. Frillish sinking down to the bottom of the lake for our first reverse. Second is the Swoobat seeing the sun rise and knowing it's time to head home. And a nice Zoroark running around in the moonlight. Ho ho ho, hello Mr. Full Art Stun... Or not Full Art, this is an IR Stunfisk. A very nice boy as he sits there blank-faced at the pond's edge, looking up like always. See, the thing I'm kind of curious about, is he actually looking up on purpose, or are his eyes just stuck like that all the time? I don't know. Zoroa walking through the jungle. Cottony splashing in the river water. Zweilous on the rock in the wastelands. Salzbuck running across the creek. Ferrothorn hanging at the cave's entrance. I love the art style for this one. I love the shading and just how Ferrothorn looks. So good, so good. I love it so much. Alright, we have the Heatmore amongst all the very interestingly growing plants. That shouldn't be a reverse. That for sure is. Amanda Buzz flying over the sea at sunset for I guess that's a Pokeball reverse. Second would be the Volibee walking through the wastelands, a perfect follow-up. And for our rare of the pack, a nice Imbor going for an uppercut fire punch. Alrighty, I say we're about halfway there. Trubbish amongst all his garbage bag friends. Sawada walking across the tree branch on a beautiful afternoon. Her deer running across the grass. Ferroseed propped up against the mossy rocks in the forest. Zebstrika running across the plains, being wary of the storm above. Once again, the wonderfully done Ferrothorn hanging in front of the cave, or hanging in front of the entrance to a cave. Harlequin Trainer once again. The very amazed Yamask looking up for our first reverse. Yep. Ooh, a very nice Imbor IR for our second reverse as he trains in the mountains. This is gonna be rough because I'm pretty sure this is the pack that... Was this a pack? It might have been the one before. I'm not sure. Hopefully this wasn't the pack that the freaking Stunfisk came out of, because otherwise that just pretty much shoots all chance of last pack, best pack in the foot, man. Alright. Oh god, and a very nice full art Jellicent EX. Yep. Okay, if that Stunfisk was in here, that just makes it all the worse, but if not, it's already rough enough as is. Oh, what a beautiful card. We love to see him. Sawada walking across the tree branch. Boldor traversing the rocky lands. Dino stuck in the hole looking up. Deerling hopping across the mountains. Galvantula sending quite a few zaps through the ground with their fangs. Brave Bengal Trainer. A very nice modeled Durant sitting on a rock, I suppose? Ooh, the cute little Lillipup in the forest. And Ferroseed propped up on the mossy rock. And our rare is the other version of the Jellicent we just saw. Very nice. As they launch out some pink waves of some sort. I'm sure that's like, who knows what that is. Maybe some psychic attack. Couple of packs to go. Her deer running across the meadow. Vanillite floating over the snowmelt river. Zweilous on the rock in the wasteland. Rock'n'Rolla running over the rocky lands. Once again, the Rock'n'Rolla is another example of seeing the evolution of cards. See, Boldor and Rock'n'Rolla in the same place, you can just assume it's the same one, just evolved, which is really fun. Stoutland looking up at the beautiful morning sun. Gigalith on the cliff, looking out over the lands. Hilda in Castelia City, I believe it was. A Hilda Trainer in Castelia City, I believe it was. A nice Shamrot, unleashing quite a bit of water. Zebstrika running over the plains, being wary of the storm above for our second reverse. Yep. And an Archeops flying over the mountains for our holo rare. Alrighty, it's come that time once again to find out his last pack, best pack, or not. If you want more details on the rules and such, there's a video linked below. We have a rough time at it today, but we're gonna see what we get. Trubbish amongst all his similarly shaped trash bag companions, quote-unquote companions. Swadloon resting in the shade of the tree. Yamask being amazed by something. Rock'n'Rolla hopping over the rocky lands. Ignition Energy. Mean Shao training in the mountains at sunrise. Swanna sleeping in the lake. Purloin sitting right outside of the city at night. For our first reverse. Second is the Thick Line Scrafty walking through the city. And for our rare of the pack, a very nice head-smashing Bouffalant EX for our rare of the pack, as he smashes a rock into bits. Although that is going to be another no for last pack, best pack, unfortunately, though it is what it is. This was a very successful opening for today. We've gotten, what was it, two IRs plus one of the full arts with that Jellicent earlier as well. That's some good luck. And just a little update, I have started recording some of the stuff for the 100 sub special. I'm really excited about it. I've gotten started on some of the TCG live stuff. I'll have to figure out a day to start on powering through some of the TCG pocket packs. And then I suppose the IRL pack opening will be the last thing I do. But yeah, the project is underway at this point. I'm going to stop yapping for the moment. Although, if you do want to hear me yap about some more cards, there's daily uploads around here, some days more. So there's plenty of other openings already on the channel. Alrighty, as always, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you on Saturday for our next TCG live pack opening. Enjoy the card scroll, everyone.